Morning, Wednesday, May 18th. Rick's getting down the food bags, and it was a pretty cool night last night, but stayed warm. Hey Rick, what are you doing down there? Rick's filtering water this morning at North Point Beach. Backpacking coffee filter. Never seen anything like it. 9:15, we're leaving the Shelter Ridge campsite. Highly recommend this one if you're gonna kayak, especially. It's a beautiful beach. And there's Gitchigumi right at the campsite. Just a minute walk is the North Lake Creek and Bridge and Beach. Gorgeous morning, warming up, warmest morning we've had so far. This is North Lake Beach. Here's North Lake Creek. Had a steady climb this morning after leaving our campsite at Shelter Ridge. Not real steep, but it's steady. And it looks like we're coming up to a gorgeous view. Look at that. Lighthouse is right over here somewhere. Had about 10 minutes of uphill, now it's flattening out. And there's a pileated woodpecker up there. 9:35, we're here, and we're gonna go around there and maybe stop at Channel Marker campsite tonight. This is a turn off to Gull Point. We passed the lighthouse, North Point Lighthouse. I guess you can't go to it, it's on private property. We are rounding the northwest tip of the island, and the lake is completely calm. It is so peaceful out here this morning. Coming up to Preservation Point campsite. Preservation Point campsite looks really nice. Let's see what kind of view they have. This is a beautiful campsite. They got some benches, an awesome view of the cliffs. This is Preservation Point campsite, and it's a gorgeous view. Gull Lake campsite, and there's a big beech tree blocking the entrance. Here it is, fire pit, some benches, and go check out the view of the lake. Here's the view. Good morning. Nice campsite. Gull Point. We arrived at Gull Point Creek. Got a pretty fancy bridge here over this one. Quite the ravine down there. There's Gull Point Creek. Decent sized creek. Overlook right by Gull Point Creek. Big bank of snow left there, stuck to the rocks above the water. Near Gull Point Creek, there are a lot of small streams on the island. No shortage of water at this time of year. In the middle of the summer, it might be a different story. Running into a lot of cliffs in this section of the trail. We are now on the east side of the island, heading south, walking along the cliffs. We're coming to the intersection of the trail to Echo Lake and Ferry Dock. We are going to stay right and continue along the edge of the lake. Started up at Shelter Ridge this morning, and now we are down at this point at 11:10, and we are going to continue south down the west coast down to here today. Lots of views of the lake along this side of the island. There's what it looks like inland. A lot of
hardwood forests, beech, paper birch, river birch, red maple, sugar maple. I haven't seen the lake in 15 minutes or so, kind of getting back in the woods on this trail. And there's not been many bugs on this trip, but now the gnats are really coming out. But fortunately, we haven't seen any ticks. There's a nice stand of paper birch. A little bit of erosion along the trail here that has to be repaired. But overall, the trail is in pretty good condition. A few deadfalls need cleaning up this spring, but this would be the most exciting stretch of the whole trail for mountain bikers. This is what the last half an hour, 45 minutes of the trails look like. You can just see straight ahead most of the time for a long way. Flat trail with a few ups and downs, typically pretty easy. Just a blanket of spring beauties and Dutchman's breeches and ferns. Really pretty forest. All kinds of mounds from the old rotted stumps. It's very green and lush. Coming up to mile marker 6. The Forest Service crew is coming through clearing. Here's the crew.
Have a good day.
Yeah,
Enjoy
you too.
yourself.
Clearing the trail. Thank you. Holy cow. Their gnats are insane right now. They're stirring them up. The gnats and black flies have come out in force. I mean, there's thousands of them. My hand is covered right now, just holding my camera. The trail crew disturbed them all, and they're all over. Coming to the west overlook. There's Wood Island over there, and the other small one over there is Williams Island. I'm having a tough time eating. Here, take a bite.
Doesn't work very well, does it?
The trail crew finished clearing from the south end up to this point, so we shouldn't have any more deadfalls. The trout lily in bloom. There's another viewing area. Wintergreen. Passing mile 4. There's Echo Lake Creek. And this trail goes up to Echo Lake. It's the trail to Echo Lake. We came up to the turnoff. We're gonna go right here to Mather Beach and West Campsites. That way goes to Echo Lake. We're right here, and we're gonna head down this way. Maybe stop at one of these campsites tonight. Either that or head down to Channel Marker campsite. This is an actual trail. Don't see many of these on the island. Mostly roads. This is a nice change. Mather Lodge Trail. Going over to Mather Lodge to check it out, see what it's all about. Here's Mather Lodge, and I don't know the details of this place. If you can stay here, rent it out. Nice view of the lake. Here's the lodge. Inside the lodge. Here's Mather Beach right by Mather Lodge. There's Mather Beach, but it is closed until further notice. Game fence campsite. Take a look at it. Nestled in the hemlocks. Looks like a few nice tent spots and the usual fire pit, benches, and our toilet in the woods. Rick's taking a load off, resting his weary bones. Another staircase closed. Here's Hemlock campsite. Real close to game fence. This is Hemlock. Couple nice tent spots. Rick's waiting down that way at Hemlock Campsite, and I'm going to go check out Echo Lake, 0.5 miles each way. This is the road to Echo Lake. Some swampy area with a lot of cattails. It's a turn off to Echo Lake. It's about a 15-minute walk from the Hemlock Campsite. Watch for crossing ducks. Looks like a beaver dam. And there's the beaver lodge over there, hard to see. Here's Echo Lake. Picnic table and no camping allowed. And the beavers have been busy. Back from Echo Lake, there's Hardwood Campsite. May as well go look at it. Bear box, toilet, yeah. Room for a couple tents. Sunset cabin, maybe you can rent this out, I'm guessing. Sunset cabin with an outhouse. Deluxe outhouse, has 4 walls and a roof. Waterfall beach, and it looks like it's actually open. There's Waterfall beach. And I see the waterfall over here. The waterfall at Waterfall Beach. Thunder Coves Trail, go by the waterfalls. I'm on the Thunder Coves Trail, not sure where this leads to. Some snow down there. Mile marker number 3 to Williams Landing. We got no water at Juniper Flats group site. We needed water. There's Juniper Flats group campsite over there with fire ring. Got some tent spaces here. 4:15, heading to the ferry dock. Snake. We are on the trail to Channel Marker Campsite, just before the ferry dock. The last mile and a half, just been following close to the lake, and there's intermittent cliffs along the way. Some of the shoreline, last couple miles of the trail. A lot of places where the beach is accessible on this stretch, some rocks and sand. It is 5 o'clock and probably got about a mile to go. Still hugging the shoreline. Here's mile marker 1 up ahead. There's a cool little piece of wreckage. Five o'clock, arriving at Merchant Cabin. Go take a peek. Not sure what this is either, if you can rent it. Outhouse, deluxe, and Merchant Cabin. Very nice. Picnic table and fire pit out in back. It's like bunk beds. Merchandise Beach. Merchandise Beach. Arrived at Channel Marker Campsite, and there's plenty of gnats and black flies hovering around. There's a bear box and toilet back there. Room for 2 tents. Congratulations, we made it around the island.
Yes.
We didn't make it in our kayaks, but we made it on foot. So part of our mission accomplished. Here's our beach at Channel Marker campsite, and Williams Landing is right over there around the corner. Hello, gnats and black flies. Welcome to our campsite. Maybe I'll have you for dinner. There's a lot of protein flying around me right now. We are walking the half mile from our campsite to Williams Landing. And I'm gonna get my kayak and bring it back to this campsite. Ferry dock to the right, just about there. Back at the ferry dock area. And hopefully our kayaks are still here. I see them, they're still here. This water is working. We stored our kayaks right at the ferry dock while we were hiking, so I'm gonna take mine back to the campsite. Here's the ferry dock, and I'm heading back around the bend to our campsite. There's a southwest wind, which is the absolute worst direction we could have for the side of the island we're on. I'm kayaking about a half mile to our campsite and stole my kayak on the I think this is their campsite. I can't believe I'm here already. There was 2 benches by it. It only took me a few minutes to get here. That'd take me a lot longer. Now if I can beach this thing without tipping over. Rick's not cooking. What do you have, Rick? Cheers. Pretty windy and getting rough out here tonight. Predicting for thunderstorm coming in around 9.